Hello Bloomington, I'm Mayor Tim Busse, and this is the Council Minute for the week of February 10th. I want to start today by addressing some concerns that have been posted online regarding the Community Health and Wellness Center planned for the Creekside site and how it relates to some properties on Newton and Morgan Avenues. As you know, after voter approval in November of 2023, the city is in the process of planning a new Community Health and Wellness Center that will support recreational and wellness activities along with community programs for residents of all ages throughout our community. This new center will replace both Creekside and the Public Health Building. Now, there's been some confusion online, with people expressing concerns that the city is trying to take homes to accommodate more space for the new center. That's not an accurate representation of what's happening. What is happening right now are initial conversations with property owners on Newton and Morgan Avenues regarding the possibility of voluntary sales of properties to the city. The goal here is to improve access to parking and green space around the new facility. The properties we're talking about are those closest to 98th Street. Last fall, the city's consultant reached out to these property owners to gauge their interest in selling their properties voluntarily. Based on those conversations, city staff are preparing to make offers to owners who expressed interest to purchase these properties. These offers will be conditional on City Council official action at a public meeting. The catalyst for these conversations has come from community feedback. We've heard that people want more access to nature and green space to complement the new facility, including outdoor programming areas. With the current design, we're a bit tight on space for that kind of outdoor programming, so we're exploring ways to expand it. As you all know, we've done several rounds of engagement to gather feedback, including a survey, a project kickoff event, focus groups, and a recent event where community members could review and comment on the schematic design. We've been listening to what you've told us, and that's guiding these conversations. I'm sure many of you have heard the old quote about a lie traveling halfway around the world while the truth is getting its boots on. That's not exactly the case here. I don't believe this is a lie, but rather a misunderstanding. But the same concept applies for a misunderstanding or confusion, especially now when so many people rely on social media for their news. To clarify once more, we are having conversations with the property owners to see if they're interested in selling their properties. There is no taking of properties. If the property owners decide to sell, they will be compensated for their property and they'll also receive relocation assistance. On Monday night, the council had an important discussion about possible updates to our city code as it relates to use of the city's right-of-way. More specifically, how utilities, contractors, and other entities use public spaces for infrastructure projects. I know this is a timely topic for a lot of people. Last summer, 3 different companies were seemingly everywhere in the city installing fiber optic cable. These companies had many subcontractors working across the city, and based on the emails that I and the rest of the City Council received, these companies and their subcontractors could have done a much better job of communication, timeliness of their work, and restoration of the yards they were in. The proposed updates that we discussed on Monday aim to streamline the permitting process, ensure consistency of the work done, and better align with modern infrastructure needs. We also want to balance the needs of service providers with the impact these projects have on our neighborhoods. Specifically, the discussion covered ways to reduce redundancy in permit applications, improve oversight of construction impacts on the public right-of-way, and enforce timely restoration of impacted areas after the project is complete. Staff also highlighted a specific city website dedicated to the fiber installation project. There's a lot of information available and a feedback form if you have concerns in your neighborhood. The discussion included a lot of lessons learned from last summer when right-of-way permit applications increased significantly. That's important because according to staff, it will likely take another 3 to 5 years to fully install fiber throughout the city. The goal is to stay ahead of issues. It's something the city will keep a close eye on and will continue to ensure that our policies remain fair, effective, and responsive to the needs of the community. Finally today, I want to give a special mayor's shout out to the students who participated in the annual Bloomington citywide Civics Bee. On Tuesday, February 4th, I had the pleasure of moderating the Civics Bee, it's always a very fun night, where 7th graders from Olson, Valley View, and Elk Grove Middle Schools show their knowledge of civics and government at the local, state, and federal levels. All of the students did a fantastic job, and I'm always proud to be part of such a great event. Thanks to the Bloomington League of Women Voters, Bloomington Public Schools, and the city's Community Outreach and Engagement Division for organizing the event. And a special thanks to the teachers in our Bloomington schools who do an outstanding job of preparing the students for the competition. That wraps up this week's Council Minute. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, stay safe, Bloomington.